Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mike, a family history researcher, and today we're going to go over how to create a research plan. So, now that we have collected all of the vital documents, we know how to look through the census, we've covered newspapers and obituaries, and all those other sources at home. We've touched on familysearch.org, we know how to use that website. Now it's time to prepare our research plan. A research plan is about results. And it's going to keep us aware of three very important elements. 1, what is the problem? 2, what information did you use? 3, what did it tell you? Research plans can be made on many different levels for many different topics, such as when did they immigrate? When did this person get married? When was this person born? These are specific and targeted questions that we are looking for specific and targeted answers for. And we're going to use a variety of research that we've talked about in previous videos to come up with the information to answer this question. So we're going to go over the 6 steps of making a research plan and getting started. So step 1, choose a person to research. This could be some person whose information on our family tree we've run out of. You know, you're going back a couple generations or even just 1 or 2 and you finally you hit a snag. You can't find any more information about this particular person, or you didn't have that much information to begin with. We're going to start with that person. For example, in my family, going back to my 3rd great grandfather, we could not find any proof that he immigrated to America, even though he showed up here in the 1850 census. We never found an immigration record for him. So the targeted question could be, when did Joseph Meckler immigrate to America? That's specific. Step 2, selecting a specific fact. Like we mentioned just a few seconds ago, when did Joseph Meckler come to America or immigrate to America? Immigration would be the fact that we're looking for. Brainstorm some questions that could pertain to the person. Think about what is the first thing that you want to try to find out about that person. Remember, we are working backwards, so the death is going to be the most recent event. So if you want to look for the birth, I would recommend looking for the death first. Step 3, selecting the documents that we're going to look through. After finding out who we are looking for and what we are looking for about them, now we're going to go actually search for these records. Now we can begin to ask questions. What documents are going to give me the answer to this question? Where are these documents located? What facility would house these documents? The answer to the first question would be things like vital records or census records, things that contain information about that person. As far as where they're located, we've covered archives, we've covered libraries, we've covered family search, places we can look for these records at. Ancestry.com, newspapers.com, Find a Grave. These places are our reservoir of information. Step 4, research and source documents. First part, the research that we've done and source citation for that research. Second, we record where the information was found. For example, an obituary held in a piece of paper belonging to a relative of the person who passed. We would note down where that document was, where it came from, and who it belonged to. Step number 5. Now that we've collected information, we need to go through it and look at what it says, what it gives us, and determine whether or not it helps us prove or disprove our question, and whether or not it gives us any answers. This comes down into 3 steps: examining the information, analyzing the information, and then adding that information into our tree. So step 1, examine the information. This comes as adding the information into a list so that it's easy to analyze and go over. This could also give us clues into further research. Step 2, analyze the information. We check for accuracy. What is really said? Is there any problems with the information that was given? Is the document damaged? Is it fading? Is the ink blurry? Can it be verified? Can it be proven to be authentic? Authority. Is the source of this information trustworthy? Do they have any personal bias against the person in the record? Do they have any bias for the information in the record? Audience. Who is going to see this finding? Is it appropriate for viewers of all ages? Objectivity. What is the viewpoint of the author of this document? Is it impartial or objective, subjected or showed? Is it based on facts or is it based on stories? And then timing. Is the timing consistent with the people involved? Is it a historic document? So for the immigration question, we would be looking for, do the ages of the people who came over match those of what we found via the census records and other records that we have? Such as Joseph Meckler was slightly younger than his wife Elizabeth Meckler. So on the record, it could show that they were either the same age or that she was older. Most census records show that she was 1 year older, even though that would mean that she's only a few months older. And on other census records, she was shown to be the same age. On the immigration record that we have found, it shows that the man, the husband, is 1 year younger than the wife. The child's age is relative to what would have been their son's age when they came over. And then step 6. Now that we've gotten these documents, we've got the information, we've examined it, we've analyzed it, and we've decided what fits and what may not be, helpful to us. Now we can reevaluate the question. Do we have an answer for this question, or do we need to do more research to get an answer? It's time to rethink. Did we find what we're looking for? Is there more information needed to complete this? Good examples of documents to start with at home would be things called home sources. I will go over them more in another video soon. However, just to brush on the topic, these are things that are kept by the family, like family Bibles or documents kept by the family, like marriage certificates, obituaries, things that the family would have held on to. It's not always the case in every family. My grandmother loved to keep everything, so she had a big trunk full of newspaper clippings that had nothing to do with our family. They were just things that she thought was interesting, and she kept them in a big trunk. So it wasn't very useful for me. No family Bible, nothing like that. But a lot of families do have family Bibles. They do have collections of documents and photographs. These would be good things to start with so you don't have to look for them later. And that just makes your job easier. So after having the interview with your relatives, you should know about any types of traditions that your family had. These things are going to help you build and maintain a vibrant and colorful family tree. And that wraps up everything for this video. I hope everyone has a good week. If you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this, more information about getting started in genealogical research. I will post videos regularly. I thank you and have a good week, everyone. Goodbye.